Well, hello there, people with internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 40 of my CivCity Rome Let's Play series. In the previous episodes, we did some final touches, finishing touches on the city. And in this episode, we are going to, well, not really build anything. We're just going to have a look at the city, see what's up. Yeah, I've built quite a large city in the end. City of 74,000 inhabitants. So that's pretty significant for a city in this era. Mind you, of course, the city of Rome has 1.7 million inhabitants, but Rome is of course a very huge exception, which I believe was the very first city in the world to reach over 1 million inhabitants. Or at least one of the first. But yeah, speaking of which, let's have a little look at the statistics of the city. Currently we have 31,310,356 denarii in the bank. And of course 100 civilization rating. We have 1 town center, 3 shacks, apparently. Just empty houses somewhere. 54 warehouses, 22 granaries, 55 insulas, or 55 small insulas, I should say. Highways aren't counted. We have no wells. We have 1 aqueduct, of course, 1 cistern. Oh, it doesn't count how many bridges we have, but I believe 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course, no transport jetties. No stone camps because all the stone is gone. 4 wood camps. 5 iron mines and 1 marble quarry. I've got 8 flax farms, 8 olive farms, 5 grape farms, 8 fruit farms, 5 wheat farms and 5 date farms. I've got 9 goat farms and 9 goose farms. I've got 9 fishing jetties and 1 small boatyard. I've got 14 carpenter shops, 7 mills, 11 wineries and 2 cabinet makers. I've got 23 butchers, 17 bakeries, 12 fruit stands, 16 fishmonger shops, 8 date stands, 13 goose shops, 24 tunic shops, 30 olive presses, 10 barbers, 13 tailor shops, 19 glass blowers, 10 dressmakers and also 10 flower shops. I have got 4 taverns, 4 musician schools, 4 piazzas, 3 actor schools and 3 theaters. Got 2 Retiaria schools, 2 Thracian schools and 3 Murmillo schools. No small amphitheater, no large amphitheater. I've got 1 of each of the animal trainers, 3 horse trainers, 4 chariot makers, 3 charioteer schools and no small circus. 24 street cleaner depots, 11 doctor's offices, 6 hospitals, 10 schools, 4 libraries, 11 bathhouses, 3 spas, 5 temples to Mercury, 4 temples to Diana, 5 temples to Mithras, 2 temples to Jupiter, 2 temples to Mars and 2 temples to Venus. No land trades because the land trade is not available. 12 trade docks, 1 large boatyard, 6 slave markets and 1 sand building. No forts, no weapon production of any kind, 2 watchtowers, and nothing else. Oh, small bushes. Oh, this doesn't really make sense because not all of them are counted. Yeah, because small bushes only count these things here. So now it will say I've only got 1, even though I've built a lot more than that. But, well. 52 large bushes, 10 small trees, 173 large trees. Yeah, only 3 blue tiny beds. Only 10 blue small gardens. 10 medium gardens. 0 large gardens. 0 grand gardens. Oh, blue, of course. No water gardens? Have I seriously not built any water gardens? I'm a bit disappointed. Wasn't there a bit of space here? Oh, there was, but that was because that one house was being weird. I really want... Oh, it never, doesn't really matter where I want to put it because it's going to just look out of place. There we go, I'll put it here. There. Yeah. There we go, we have a water garden now. Right, we got 3 normal fountains, 8 grand fountains, 8 small statues, 4 medium statues, and 16 large statues. 42 of these small columns, 4 small obelisks and 8 large obelisks, 3 triumphal arches and 2 large triumphal arches, and then we have all of the wonders. So, those are the statistics. Of course, we have 100 civilization rating. Everybody is super happy, as you can see. Net profit of 152,442 denarii every month. Oh, we have an unhoused person. That is unacceptable. I do not want any housed people. I don't want any unhoused people, I mean.
Listen, I can hear them in the theatre.
This bathhouse.
Was it Virgil?
Okay, I'll upgrade you to... where? To here somewhere, I guess? But yeah, also there are 3 shacks, like empty houses somewhere. I haven't seen where they are either, so... Maybe I should also try and fix that. Or try to find where they are. Ah, here, there are 2 over here.
There's lions in the city. I pity those poor Christians.
There we go, at least he has a house now. There we go, okay. So, yeah, most of our citizens are housed. All of our... and then, of course, the vagrants are the only other ones. Yeah, well... Longest person in the city is this guy, Calixtus, who has been in the city for 160 months. So that's pretty good of him. He's been here. He's also, you know, in general, amassed quite a lot of wealth. He lives, and he lives over here. In a small insula together. What's his name? Oh yeah, Livius Calixtus. And there he is. Who lives in a small insula on the forum next to the Temple of Jupiter. He lives all the way at the edge there, above the date farm, together with his wife. His wife Marina Calixtus.
Statues really make the city look splendid. That's what I think anyway.
His daughter Spurius Calixtus, and his slave, which is just called slave.
Ovid, I think. Was it Virgil?
All slaves are just called slaves because, you know, who the fuck needs to learn their names? They're your own property, that doesn't matter. So yeah, he's in the city for the longest. Oh no, never mind, it switches between these two. 160 months. Yeah, now this guy's also 160 months, but this guy was on 159 before, so he doesn't count. Vicinius is also, together with Calixtus, these are the 2 oldest people in the city. And he lives in this large hovel right next to the town center. Together with his wife.
I like the look of those leopards. It's a shame they're so ferocious.
His-
I'd like one as a pet.
His wife Tatiana. And his daughter, who is called Otho, which is a male name if I'm not mistaken. So that's a bit weird, but hey, to each their own. And he just bought a bed from the local carpenter shop. And his wife is having a drink at the tavern. You know, sometimes that's necessary. Why are these bakeries... I was about to say... Is there flour? Is the mill glitched again? But no, it's not glitched. Both were just off duty and then everybody else bought the bread in the meantime. Elephants walking by. Okay, so there, those were the oldest people in the city. The most recent person in the city is this guy. Oh yeah, of course, the some people in the town center. Okay, the first person not to be in the town center is this guy, Mustela. Oh yeah, I just gave him this small hut. Ooh, it's busy here in the Temple of Venus. And there's some slaves standing outside at the slave market. And yeah, okay, so of course we started the city over here with the town center. And then with this forum that I built around it. Along with this large triumphal arch, and then some fountains on it, some statues. Yeah, bread's in high demand, apparently. It's in very high demand. Bakery, the baker's doing good business over here. This guy's lucky. He started walking when the other batch of bread was still on the counter. And then that entire batch was sold out. And then and then the baker just put an extra batch on there. And that's what he collected. Yeah, everybody is buying bread.
There are a lot of people heading to the arena earlier. There must be a battle today.
Oh, she lives all the way out here. Oh, they didn't really need that bread. There were other people that needed it more. Okay, well, let's have a little look at, well, the richest people in the city. Of course, our richest person is this guy, but we'll finish off our tour with him, I guess. Second richest person is this guy, who lives in this apartment, in this insula, on the second forum that I have ever built in the city. This very large square forum with the temple of Mars and Jupiter. And this is our second richest person of the city.
I think the gladiators have finished their training. They'll be fighting soon.
And he's currently in the bathhouse. Aulus Foliis. Together with his wife,
Please start again.
Victoria.
I don't want to miss it.
Lovely name. His son Leonius. And his slave. And he lives above a glassworker shop. And then the third richest person in the city is this guy, another priest.
I think the gladiators have finished their training. They'll be fighting soon.
Oh, he lives right next to where he works. Kyriacus Spineto. Who lives right next to his temple of... who is a priest of Mithras. And he's going to the tavern. And he lives, well, right next to the temple of Mithras with his wife.
There are a lot of people heading to the arena earlier. There must be a battle today.
His wife Rubina. And his daughter Horatius. Again, not a very female name that you've given your daughter, but apparently that's a running theme in the city or something, I don't know. Yeah, also in the... oh, we're losing a little bit of food now. There we go.
I can hear them in the theatre. Ovid, I think. Or was it Virgil?
Oh yeah, I can put you there.
Someone told me there was a play on today. Do you know when it starts?
Oh, is someone else without... Oh, 2 people. Ferrari.
I love those big elephants.
All the way over here.
And they have to fight them in the arenas.
Oh, that's easily fixed. Put you there. And then this guy, Crassus.
Statues really make the city look splendid. That's what I think. Anyway.
There we go. You can live right next to your... right next to your workplace as well.
There's lions in the city. I pity those poor Christians.
Why the hell are you going there for your food? Oh, well, because you can't reach the other one. There we go. That's that fixed. And, well, these other 2 tabs are not interesting to look at because there's nothing interesting in there. So yeah, Mr. Crassus, which isn't as rich as the original Crassus. Let's have a look at some interesting names that we have. We have a whole bunch of people that are named the same way because we all. I'm sure, of course, there's like a certain amount of names that the game can store, and then when you've got so many citizens, of course, they're going to repeat. So we have Albus, which I believe means white in Latin. Alesius, Anclicus, Aquapontanus, Aquila, Aubemara, Aubericus, Aonius, Bacchus, Barbatus, Bardulfus, Bellocampo, Benedictus, Percator, Bononius, Bosco, Botellis, Brito, Brunus, Caecilius, Calixtus, Calubus, Campi, Cantor, Capra, Caractacus, Cariloco, Castellanus, Castor, Catulus, Kinesis, or Chinesis, Colomedio, lots of Colomedios actually, Corella, a whole bunch of Crassus as well, Crocus, Curleo, Coleio, Dacus, Daniscus, Decanus, Diabolus, Doderigus, Draco, Drogo, Durandus, Dutenis. Oh, no. I thought there was only one Dunetis, but there are multiple of them. Easterlingus, Elysius. Sounds like Elysium, which is the part of the underworld where all the best people go to. Mostly like soldiers and warriors who fought well for the Roman Empire would move to Elysium after they died. Ericeto, something along those lines. Erolicto. Oh, there are only 2 Escrupa in the city. Eudo, Faber, Facetus, Fago, Falconarius, Phantasma, Faucus, Favonius, Ferrarii, Fiber, Flauvus, Florus, Foliis, Forestarius, Francus, Fulcerii, Garnerus, Gioanus, Gobio, Grandus, Grimbaldi, Grossus, Guti, Hastifragus, Heres, whole bunch of them actually. Ilerius. Well, this J is also supposed to be an I essentially, because of course, you know, Romans didn't have a J, but Ioannus. Centesius. Yeah, of course, Romans very rarely use the K as well. So, it is a letter in the Latin alphabet, but they very rarely use it, because they usually use the C instead of the K. Centesius. Largo. Lycestria. Logius. Lotarius. Lupellus. Lupus. Luxa. Maker. I believe Maker or something along those lines means butcher. So it's pretty appropriate that this guy's real name means butcher. Well, he is of course a butcher. I don't know if it's exactly Maker, but something, it looks very similar at least. But yeah, it means butcher, so it's pretty funny that he's named after his profession. Or the other way around, who knows. Maladoctus, Manerius, Manibus, Marco, Marisco, Medicus, Mena, Mercato, Meletus, Molis, Mustela, Napator, Nutricius, Ortiaco, Ostiarius. Yeah, and of course our richest person is named Ostiarius. Paganellus, Palo, Parmentarius, Parubus, Peccatum, Paetonus, Pentecostes, Perfectus, Fiscerus, Pisaccio, I mean, Petitus, Placidus, Podio, Polus, Pontius, Potarius, Praepositus, I mean, Pratis, Puntius, Querceto, oh, there's only one with a Q, Ragotus, Rigidius, Roca, Rubro, Kiliuo, Rufus. Oh, there's only one Rufus. This is so far the only one that I've only seen one name of. There's only one Rufus in our city, and he's a fishmonger. Or a fisher worker. Rupella, Saccheo, Salceto, Sertorius. Oh, there's only one Scipio as well, and he's a priest. Sella, Cello, Siluanus, Spineto, Stagno, Stiganaus, Taxo, Telarius, Teutonicus, Theobaldus, Theodoricus, Tosca, Tulca, Turbida, Ufintona, Ususmare, yeah, Waka, with only one C, because otherwise it would mean cow, Vacarius, Valesius, Wallonius, Velox, Venator. Oh, Venator is also I believe that means a hunter, animal hunter. A Venator. So the gladiators that fought animals in the amphitheaters were called Venatores, I mean. So I believe a Venator is a hunter of some sort. Wesky, Vicinius, Vitulus, Vulpes. That's impossible. The Romans didn't have a W. So these names are impossible because, as I said, the Romans did not have a W. So I mentioned that's just V because it's pronounced the same way. Valensis, Waspria, and that's it. But yeah, let's have a little look at our only Scipio in the city. He lives right near the town center.
Someone told me there was a play on today. Do you know when it starts?
He's a high priest of Venus, apparently. Maximus Scipio. Together with his wife Junia Scipio. And their daughter Cnaius Scipio. Again, not a very female name for your daughter, but okay. Right, where was the other? There was also one other person that only had one. But there was only one name. Yeah, Rufus. Rufus. There's only one Rufus in the city as well. And he lives all the way at the edge of the map.
I think the gladiators have finished their training. They'll be fighting soon.
Camillus Rufus, who lives right next to where he lives. Who lives right next to where he works, I mean.
Wow! Have you heard one of those lions roar?
Lucia Rufus is his wife. And Agrippa Rufus is his son. Which, again, that actually is a more appropriate male name. Like those other weird names that aren't really female at all. But yeah, and then we have a couple like rich neighborhoods. Of course, we have this one right here with all these domus. And then we also have this one over here with villas and palaces. And again, there seems to be no chariot team present in the circus. Oh, there we go. He's delivering a chariot team. Or charioteer. So even with 3 charioteer schools, there's still like numerous moments where there is like no teams present in the when there's no ongoing race.
Sounds of it, there's some action in the arena.
Alright, well I think this guy is going to deliver his team now. There he is. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's going to be a race now. There we go, everybody's coming back on their seats again. And there we go. And they're off! Woohoo! And then of course we also have the ever popular gladiator fights in the Colosseum. There we go, a Thracian versus a leopard. And the Thracian wins! Of course they do, Thracians are very good fighters. I just love the noises of the arena. Alright, so let's see what the next fight is. Come on. It's, well, not the same Thracian, but the same Thracian versus a Murmillo. Ah, he defeated the leopards, and now he got killed by a Murmillo. Yeah. Just double checking. Ah, there we go. Elephants versus 3 lions. Always a great fight. I mean, how cool must it be if you're like never, you know, if you've only lived in Rome, you've never seen elephants or lions or whatever, and then you come to the arena and you see this ridiculously large, like, demon with horns coming out of its face and like a very long nose and shit, and then attacked by ferocious lions and stuff. Like, if you've never seen any of these creatures before, you know, it's like going to the zoo. But then it's like, you know, going to a zoo where something actually happens instead of like lions just lying around not doing anything and elephants just standing there. Now they're actually doing something. This is like what you always wanted from a zoo, where stuff actually happens all the time. Well then, of course, if you don't really like animal cruelty, then this probably may not be the place for you. And of course, yeah, you know, people die and stuff as well. I love how we talk about animals first. Like, the fact that humans die in here is like, alright, well, whatever. But animals, like, yeah, I can understand. Like, I'm more sympathetic to people that are, are like, oh, I don't like animal abuse. Other than that, people are going to say, like, oh, people die in this arena. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? There we go. You see, if you've never seen this before, how crazy must it be to see a giraffe for the first time? I mean, nowadays, you know, that shit gets taught in school and you can Google it anytime you want. But of course, that wasn't the case back in the day. And then at the same time, we have a theater where there's, well, apparently nobody, but... Oh, was there an actor coming over? No, it was a doctor. Yeah, at the same time we have the theaters here, why are there no actors here? Let's check, where, see, actor school. Oh, they're playing in this theater apparently. So yeah, for some people that's 3 actors on one stage. It doesn't happen very often. So yeah, for people that want a bit more of a relaxed form of entertainment, you know, the theater is a bit more your place. Even though, again, as I mentioned before, they did actually kill people on stage, but you know, minor things. You know, that's not that bad. And also out here we have the piazza. What's also very interesting is, unfortunately I've never actually managed to get it in one of my videos,
Hail, Governor.
but
There is nothing left to research.
as you can see here in the musical education picture, there are actually 3 different types of musicians. You've got this one that you've all been accustomed to, with the sort of like dark brown, reddish tunic that plays a lyre, I believe it's called, which is like a combination between a harp and a guitar. But then you also have these other 2, this one in a green tunic and this one in a bright red tunic, who plays. This guy plays a trumpet and that guy plays, I don't know what it's called in English. Those 2 metal things that you smash together. Yeah, there is a random chance that when you place a musician school, that those guys spawn instead. Because if you check the musician school now... where the hell is the musician school? Oh, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, all the musician school that I've played only spawned 3 of these guys. These guys that play... this instrument. Slaves. But yeah, as I said, there is a random chance that when you place a musician school, those other guys with the green and the red tunic will spawn. But unfortunately, I've never managed to get it onto any of my videos. But it does actually happen, because I've had it happen before when I, you know, when I like not recorded anything, when I just played on my own. So it's a bit unfortunate I never managed to get it on camera, but it does actually happen. Or maybe it's not random, maybe there's like a specific thing you need to do or something, but all I know is that it is possible to get. Maybe I should... wow, it's very busy here in this Temple of Venus. It's pretty nice. Everybody's standing there is also... that counts as getting religion. No, I have 4 musician schools and 4 piazzas.
Sounds of it, there's some action in the arena.
Someone told me there was a play on today. Do you know when it starts?
Oh, there we go. May not be the prettiest, but it works. That's what counts. And you see again, now it only spawns these guys again.
Sounds of it, there's some action in the arena. Listen, I can hear them.
That's
in the
him.
curtain. Ovid, I think. Is it Virgil?
Yeah, you see now it only spawns those guys. But yeah, I don't know what the trigger is, but I know it is possible. It is possible to get the different colored musicians. But yeah, unfortunately I've never been able to get it on camera. So that sucks. But I know it's possible. And then of course, which is this area, which is one of my favorite places in the city. The extremely large and very busy harbor. I just love it when, you know, you can see all these trading ships docked, and then just you can always see something happening here in the harbor. Of course, you got these tiny fishing boats that are busy doing things. And then at the same time, you know, you can see these large trading ships coming and going away. See, and you see stuff moving on the cranes. These guys are loading in some glass to be sold to one of the cities. You know, I just really like the harbor. Looks really cool. Yeah, well, let's have a little look. Yeah, my warehouses are stocked, very well stocked. They contain 90 tunics, 71 beds, 596 recliners, almost 2,000 flowers, 336 wheat, 404 flour, 14 iron, no gladii, 676 dresses, 2,881 olive oil, 380 togas, 1,045 glass, or bottles of glassware, 222 linen, 7,645 wooden planks, 441 stone, no pile, and 306 marble. Stored across, what was it? 54, yeah, stored across 54 warehouses all over the city. And then my granaries, which contain 3,923 meat, and 36 geese, 8 olives, and 8 baskets of olives, I should say, and 8 baskets of grapes. And also 8 baskets of fruit. So yeah, there's a shit ton stored in the city. We've got more than enough supplies to last for a while. But yeah, here, look at this. All these ships moving and stuff past the great lighthouse that's over here. I just really like the look of the busyness of a harbor. See, these ships just departed, and these ships are arriving here, and then this one is departing again. Here they're moving shit on the cranes. Here they're packing some crates. Here, I just love the busyness of it. It looks really nice, and especially in this game where you can see all the people at work. Pretty cool. And then, of course, here we also have the Pantheon Wonder, which is nice and quiet as well. And then, of course, it is the largest temple here in the city, where which actually is a functional temple, even though it wasn't meant to be. It is, which is awesome, thanks to some modding. By the way, if you want to know how to mod that yourself, if you also want to do this, to have a fully functional Pantheon in your city, be sure to check the description of my single missions that I downloaded from the forum. So that was the single mission, for example, Philurus or Carthago or 20 Palaces. You know, those videos, those were the scenarios that I downloaded from the forum. If you go to the description of that, any of those videos, there is a link there to download that particular scenario. But on that same website, it also teaches you how to mod the game to get the working Pantheon. So if you want to have the working Pantheon in your version of CivCity Rome, be sure to check the description of those videos and go to the website there. And on that website you will be taught how to mod the game in order to make your Pantheon functioning as well. Because it looks really cool, but that you've got such a huge building and then you can actually see people entering and leaving the building. You know, as if it is, you know, an actual temple that people visit and stuff. Alright, let's finish off the tour of the city and the final episode of this series by visiting the house of our richest citizen.
I do love lions. Such elegant creatures.
Under the name of Servius Ostiarius, who is by far our richest citizen. He also has lived in the city for a very long time, and he still works at the Temple of Mercury, and he lives in this large elaborate palace, or it's actually just a Roman villa, but it's called a palace in this game, with a large garden around it.
There are a lot of people heading to the arena earlier. There must be a battle today.
Together with his wife Severina and his son Herminius, and then he has 2 slaves. So yeah, that is it really for my CivCity Rome Let's Play series. I will be yeah, well, this is it. This is the end, because there's really not anything for me to do in the game anymore. I have done all the I've done all the campaign missions, I've done all the single missions, I've downloaded a whole bunch of single missions from the forum, and I've also played my own single missions. So there's really not much to do. Yeah, there are a couple more missions in single missions that I haven't done, but they're all free build, so they will all just turn out the same as this series, so I felt kind of pointless to do them, so therefore I decided not to. So yeah, that is it. 40 episodes of CivCity Rome. If you want to try any of the scenarios, any of the custom scenarios that I did, because of course all of the other scenarios are in the base game, there are links in the description of every video where there was a custom scenario where you can download it. It's either a link to the CivCity Rome forum, or there's a link to Mediafire, which is where I've uploaded my own custom scenarios. So if you want to try out some custom scenarios that I've made myself, like Troubling Tribes or Tarquinii, be sure to check the description of those videos and you'll be able to download my custom scenario there. Oh, by the way, if you want to install any custom scenarios, go to your documents folder. There should be a folder there called CivCity Rome, and then there's within that folder there's a folder called Maps. That's where you have to drop everything. Not in saves, but in maps. So that's, if you want to install it, that's where you have to look. I'm pretty sure the forum website also explains how to do that, but just in case you haven't got a clue where to look, Documents, CivCity Rome, Maps. And that's why you have to drop everything that you download. So yeah, that was it for this Let's Play series. Yeah, if you want to try out this scenario right here that I've been playing for a whole bunch of episodes actually. In the description of this video there are 2 download links. One link is to the scenario map, so if you drop that in your Documents CivCity Rome Maps folder, then you can... what the hell? Stuck elephant. Then you can play the map as well. I'll save it actually.
Game saved.
So, if you want to test out the map for yourself, I've put a download link in it so that you can get this one. So, Capital of Trade. The empty map will be available in the description as a download. You have to, as I said, you have to drop it in your Documents CivCity Rome Maps folder. And I also will provide a second download, which is to the completely full developed city that you just saw. If you want to explore my city a little bit and see for yourself how I've laid things out that maybe weren't very clear in the video, or if you just want to have a little look around or want to mess about with it, destroy some buildings or build some extra buildings, I don't know. There's also a link for that in the description to the fully finished city. Of training capital, so you can that you do actually have to drop in your saves folder, otherwise it appears over here and then, you know, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So yeah, that's about it really, unless some other awesome person decides to make a custom map for me to try out in single missions. This will be the final episode of CivCity Rome. So yeah, unless someone like, oh, I made a scenario for you in Scenario Editor and I sent you the download link, I will definitely try it out. But other than that, this is the final episode of CivCity Rome. So I really hope you Romans enjoyed it. I'm actually glad about all the exposure that this series has gotten. It was a lot more than I expected, to be honest. I really thought that barely anyone was going to care, to be honest. But you guys were very positive about the series, and I'm very happy with that. I'm glad that I could share my... a bit more love for the Roman Empire with you guys, so that's always nice. So yeah, download links to all the information and the custom maps and all that stuff is in the description. So if you want to try anything out, be sure to check the description of the videos. And yeah, that was CivCity Rome, one of my favorite city builder games of all time. Because it's Roman and it has awesome soundtrack, as you can clearly hear. You've probably heard this song a couple times in my Minecraft Rome series. So yeah, CivCity Rome. Next series that I'm going to do on Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to keep a surprise. I'm not going to tell you yet. You'll see what it is next week. Yeah. Any suggestions, by the way, for other games are always appreciated. So if you have like a game that you really want to see me play, be sure to drop it in the comment section. Other than that, only rests me to say thank you very much for watching or following the series, Special thanks to anyone that has watched this series from episode 1 all the way through to episode 40. You are the real awesome true Roman or something. I don't know. I can't really give you any title from where I'm sitting right now, but yeah, just consider yourself a very loyal, a Roman very loyal to the cause, just like me. Anyway, that's it for this series. If you really want to rewatch anything, everything is nicely organized in playlists. There's also some links in the description to other Roman type games that I think you might enjoy if you like this series, so there's plenty more stuff for you to watch. Anyway, hope Romans enjoyed the video, and hope you enjoyed this series as well. Be sure to click the like button beneath if you did, and subscribe to join the Roman army. I will see you guys in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valete.